Back from the hype of Octopath 2, I am now finally have time to make a review for Rinyuu EX. Also, I make this quick glossary slash score review page for glossary is for usually for terms that I shorten in my slide, and the score is for the every unit review at the end there will be a score attached to them so that the score that I give them you have a better understanding of why the score I give them. Rinyuu EX is an apothecary healer, which when first reviewed I thought that this should have gone to Velnor because like it's fitting perfectly. We got Rinyuu EX before we got Velnor, but it's fine I guess. We'll get to Velnor eventually. I mean we got Mars after all. Rinyuu EX is a healer who can provide other utility to your team, including Assault and Ult, SP regeneration, and also boost point regeneration. And her main gimmick came from the fact that she can swap other allies to the back row. A few things to know about this mechanic: swapping allies from the front row to the back row or back row to the front row will trigger any passive swapping effect. This is not like how some characters swap row, like Sarisa or Hami, that say they don't trigger the effect of the passive. Any passive that benefit from swapping row, this skill of Rinyuu EX will trigger it. And also stuff like Sonya getting double cast when it's in the back row. If you cast Sonya in the front row and Rinyuu swap it to the back row before Sonya go, Sonya will also trigger that. And also, Rinyuu EX will not interrupt channeling character. So you swap Rinyuu, the normal Rinyuu from the front row or from the back row to the front row, Rinyuu will not be disrupted in the channeling. So the swap is very beneficial and is non-disruptive at all. The only downside I can think of the swap is that you want to buff certain character before they go to the back row, but Rinyuu go first, so you can't buff the character because they got swapped to the back row. But other than that, you can just plan around it. So as for her good skill, she do have a Solon skill, the starter turn attack 3-hit from the sky thing. Except this time it also a 3-hit light that hit fire nice, and also 4-hit if Rinyuu herself is in the front row. She also has an AoE that swap everyone front and back for hit light AoE, and also all of her swapping skills do have a priority to it, so it will always go first. So sometimes you don't really have to care for Rinyuu speak and just like use this with the priority that Rinyuu already have in the skill. She also has a region, but it's not a region, it's like a different region. It's an end of turn thing, is grant a buff to Rinyuu that heal allies in the front row at the end of every turn. Different from normal region is that normal region, the region stuck to the character so they can still get region to the back row. This one is only for the front row. And lastly, you have the barrier skill, Gracious Serum. Also swap everyone except this time grant them defense up and barrier. Between the two swapping skill, either this or the 4-hit AoE light, you pick depending on the situation. Your team's in danger, you use the barrier skill, also swapping and then restore HP in the process. If you are not in danger, then you might as well shield shave the enemy and just use the 4-hit AoE light. As for her notable passive, her passive synergizes with her swapping row to the back. So swapping allies to the back will grant them 1 boost point. It's only to the back row. If this was back row to front row, it would be a bit too OP in my opinion. So anytime allies go to the back, they will get 1 boost point. This passive can serve as like boost point regeneration, but like it's also not as consistent as just like someone like Adane EX, because you have to swap them every turn to get this effect. So it's still nice though, but preferably like a normal boost point regen is still better than this. The second one, and it's the one that also got buffed for the global version, is that whenever you swap row, front or back, unlike the boost point version, you will also restore HP and SP to that character, which is good because the SP restoration went from 3% in JP to 10% over here. So your SP restoration, if you're a character that has like 500 SP, you're gaining back a total of 100 SP when you're swapping from front to back. And finally, her ultimate is a Solon ult. One big difference though is that the Solon ult can be casted on herself. If she does do that, she also is a 2 turns duration instead. And she also grants 20% elemental damage up to the character she boosted. This damage up is useless for physical team because you are doing physical damage. But for magic team though, this is really useful And if you have someone in the back of your main DPS who's getting the boost, like Lucetta or Mabel, they will get 2 turns of the elemental damage up instead of 1 turn. And so for review, I'm giving Rinyuu EX 9 out of 10 if you don't have Shana because you don't have Shana, and 8 out of 10 if you do have Shana. Reason being is that Shana, who I would give a 10 out of 10, is someone who is better at like SP stuff and boost point stuff, and she also has Operation Eternal, 2 turns of Undying for your entire team. That's really good. The only thing that I would say Rinyuu EX does better is the ability to do Solan ult while also providing other support on top of that. However, the reason why Shana is so much better beside the whole Solan ult thing is that her SP stock thing is a startup battle thing. It benefits greatly from going to a cascade battle, and every time a new battle starts you gain SP again. Compared to the slow SP regeneration, sometimes you have to like wait for the SP to get back and you don't want to wait and you have to just like end the battle in 2 or 3 turns. In that case, Shana is so much better because she provides the SP up front compared to Rinyuu EX who have to swap allies to the back to restore the SP. And also the same applies to the boost point. You want to get boost point regen for your character, you need to swap into the back row. But with Shana, you can just like put on an accessory for her like Hasumi A4 or Primi X A4, and then for 2 turns she grants 3 boost point regeneration for the entire team, 3 boost point immediately for everyone, and that is so much better and so much more immediate than the slow and regen of the boost point that Rinyuu give. And also, 2 turns of Undying is 2 turns of Undying. If the enemy is using the ultimate attack doing like 10k damage to your entire team, Rinyuu HP regen and barrier is not helping you through that, but Shana will. If the enemy decided to put a death counter on you, Rinyuu EX will not help you through that no matter how much health you have, but Shana Operation Eternal will, because it also stops you from dying from the countdown death effect thing. So if you already have Shana, you do not need Rinyuu EX. If you do not have Shana, or you just want a slightly downgrade Shana with a Solan ult, then pull for Rinyuu EX. And finally, here is the score for the upcoming 8 unit coming to the game. This time they released a unit out of like beyond this upcoming 8. I want to feature more, but then that would be a bit too much for me. So I guess hoping we get one of these eventually, which I think we will, as we will get the summer unit, Barcelona and Talok next week.